draft changes, now taking away the TF. I wonder if LNG will just instantly go towards that one. Is 100% win rate for the side of LNG, and Light was the big performer in their last game, but no, still going to put value in terms of Gwen as a blind pick. Mid lane, he was doing fine until he kind of solo killed himself. But this time, Rich going for the Jayce.
Oh no! The poke off for V5 is starting to come. If they get Corki as well, oh my goodness. We'll see what V5 can do with their final pick of the first phase. But now all of the eggs into LNG's basket here. What will they grab themselves for? The final 2 picks in the first phase. As you said, going back to that Gwen priority, I would also expect the Aphelios, as we see it now just hovered, to come through because of the consistency we see between this ADC matchup and specifically Light and Photic. But it is the next pick that I'm so interested at. Do we see priority given over to Tarzan, or do we get a little bit more of that stability where we see maybe a support pick for LvMao?
Yeah, the question I was going to ask is if he's going to want to go to and try and cement himself on an engaged support. Because if not, I do expect the Xin Zhao to come through. But we remember the last second ban rotation, right? Both Nautilus and Leona were off the board. Did end up going with the Enchanter, which overall I think LvMao was fine that game, right? There was really nothing wrong with LNG's bot lane overall in terms of how they lost the game. But still, maybe wanting to try and guarantee yourself some more engaged than they last time around. Because sure, LNG still the way of winning, right? We could see they were trying so hard to force V5 into them, but they just kept making small mistakes where one of them would get picked off before that was able to happen. Now for V5, you already pointed out the Corki. We have seen a Rookie not really go towards that one this split. It's one of the reasons why I love watching Rookie this split. He's only played Corki twice.
It's beautiful.
V5 have not been one of the teams that have gravitated over to that pick. So we do get the Tahm Kench coming out. Again, has risen in priority lately in the LPL. Just gives you some really nice disengage coming from that ultimate. Obviously, also some supplementary engage as well with your Abyssal Dive. Pretty solid in the bottom lane 2v2s. We've seen a lot of 2v2 kills come out from it. And V5 so far setting up to have a bit of zone control, some disengage, and like you critically hit on, that poke.
Yeah, I'm very interested not to see the Thresh come through again for ppgod. He was so good on that pick last game. But as I'm happy over here as a smiling catfish would be, Tahm Kench has been one of my favorite rising picks in the LPL, and especially getting to see ppgod on that one is going to be a fun time for everyone, it feels like. But we're into the second phase of picks and bans. We got the Rakan banned away again by V5, but the Lulu joining the ban table again, or at least for the first time here, as it was picked up by LNG last time around. Trundle banned again by LNG. Oh,
yeah, they are going to take away. They're going to take that one away. And for the side of V5, kind of surprised they're hovering blind pick mid laners when they could save and just try and guarantee the counter pick coming out of Rookie. If they do decide to lock in the LeBlanc, this was a champion that was banned against V5 in almost all of their series early on in the split. I do remember when Rookie pulled it out.
Let's go!
Okay.
Karsa feeling himself, whipping out the
where's
Skarner.
Flowers,
I know, we
Flowers?
need him to come guest cast for us. So come replace me because I need the knowledge for Skarner. What a left field pick for Karsa.
I was going to say, right, I mean, we were kind of looking. I was trying to go through junglers that offer some disengage and zone control, right? Trundle being taken off the board. The only other one that really comes to mind is Gragas, which Karsa has played Gragas jungle this split, but no, wanting to go something that is more pick-oriented, trying to see if he's able to find those ultimates onto Light on the Aphelios. If he gets taken away, that is their big damage point. Does LNG look like they're going to go with a very similar comp to last game? But again, the critical difference this time around, having some engage of their own. And when they are up against these long-range carries of Jayce and Jinx, that's going to be absolutely critical.
It absolutely is. Speaking of, I still think, LNG have set themselves up for that team fighting nature. You still have the Venn diagram going for them. And they have the Nautilus now to back up a little bit of that, to get that extra engage for LvMao that was severely lacking last time around. The Lulu just feeling like it didn't have any say really in actuality. So I like this setup for LNG, but it's all about that early execution on the map, the mechanics on the map. That was their biggest downfall last game. On the other side, you got the spice of the Karsa pick. You also have the stability of the Orianna for Rookie.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to see what Karsa goes with that is set up in this game and how he plays it out. I'm gonna be honest, it's been a while since I have seen a Skarner. I do know, right, you can obviously still always go towards the Predator and try and have more map influence in the early game, but also Phase Rush is another option that you're able to take on him, and just have a bit more mobility in terms of like weaving around in these team fights, getting that slow resist. So we're going to keep an eye on Karsa and how he does play this one. We've already hit on the general style of how V5 and LNG want to play. The aggressive engages coming out from LNG, and V5 trying to keep their distance and layer the long-range damage.
Yeah, it's not going to have the Corki to get that extra third poke, but the Shockwave will be a beautiful setup for the rest of the team. The lockdown that V5 have on their team is terrifying in its own right. But I feel like LNG, as I was saying earlier and foreshadowing to, have set themselves up with a more stable composition this time around. Something they can feel confident going into those mid-late game fights to pull the trigger and come out on top. Because right now, their backs are against the wall. They are on the ropes. V5 want to make it a quick night, get a 2-0 victory for themselves. LNG need to find something back here as we kick off game number 2 of our Match of the Week series.
And we do see Karsa did go with the Predator. Overall, just very interested in seeing this Skarner pick, because I feel like holistically it doesn't really like fit with the theme of the composition too much when we're talking about like, hey, again, like controlling space, buying range for your other members of the team to layer that poke. Skarner typically the champion that wants to go in, try and get that ultimate off onto a key target, not bringing too much in terms of peeling and zone control.
Oh, no. We have two different machinations going on the different sides of the map, all right? We got LvMao over here flashing over the wall. Rookie flashes right back too as well. So double summoner spells utilized. LNG trying to get something off the map early. It was vision gained by V5 on the other side, though.
And overall, I do feel like trading summoners support for mid is very much worth it for the side of LNG, right? You don't expect too much 2v2 action coming out in that bot lane, but 1v1 action coming out now. Rich gonna have to walk away after Doinb shows himself. But point is, right, you shouldn't expect to see too much in terms of like all-inning for 2v2s in that bottom side when we have Tahm Kench, then Jinx versus Aphelios, as we always do. But with Rookie having no flash, it sets up ganks for Tarzan. So really gonna want to see Tarzan look to capitalize.
The trading continuing from game 1 here on the bottom side. We just had the constant 2v2s, but now on the Tahm Kench and the Nautilus respectively. A little bit more of that tussling down there. The Lulu not as poignant in the lane as you would want it to be, but this time LvMao definitely having that difference. But maybe it doesn't matter. Photic gets about half his health bar down. We'll see again, just like last game, opposite side starts for both these junglers, which means Tarzan might be looking to get light ahead this time around.
Yeah, you have that potential to look towards bottom lane, especially with the fact that Rich has prior, right? Typically, junglers do path towards their lanes that are able to guarantee prior. We do see both their side lanes getting pushed in right now, but I think Rich having a lot more ability to move and follow up if Tarzan did path up towards that top side. We're already hitting on, though. Would love to see him cooperate with his mid laner. They spot out Karsa right now, and it looks like he's pathing up to find a bit of aggression.
We do have the vision game up here, but I will say Skarner is a pretty good early skirmisher, especially at that level 3 mark with the CC you have and the shielding and damage as well on top of the Spire game that you can play around. As we do see the vision still being played around with by Tarzan and the jungle being played around with, as actually Karsa looks to be going for his Krugs while Tarzan steps in to steal away the red.
Yeah, and we're seeing kind of how these lanes are starting to pan out, as well as those skirmishes around jungle come out, his bot lane just hammering home. But look at the mini-map. LNG's mid-jungle duo looking to abuse Karsa.
Will get the red buff as well as Doinb on the movement. That is extremely crucial. As we saw last game around, Doinb trying to get those realm warps off, trying to get the side lane pressure going, but it's always keeping the roam timers consistent for Doinb in the mid lane, making sure he can meet up with Tarzan.
Yeah, and we're already going to start to see Tarzan hovering around this mid lane. Karsa is going to be at least able to guarantee himself a scuttle on the bottom side. And not too much aggression coming out yet, even though LNG have made the more proactive moves, right, in terms of forcing out the flash from Rookie and then looking for that proactive invade. Looks like Karsa going to look to get a bit of information for himself, though, just spotting out where Tarzan is.
Rich not having a fun time with this top side. Usually you think it goes a little bit easier for Rich, but Ala definitely taking the early aggression and keeping Gwen up the tank.
I mean, still, right, is able to get away. A lot of this matchup is just trying to space perfectly,
Yeah.
be able to kite out this Gwen's damage. And then a lot of champions, if you can try and buy enough time for her to lose the stacks of her snip, could be so crucial. That's one of the reasons why the Akali matchup is so good, right? She stacks up the Q, you throw down your Shroud, you try to wait out that one. I believe it's 6 seconds off the top of my head.
We'll see the trading continue. Rich taking the better end of it this time around. We do have the roams from the supports on timer here. ppgod and LvMao off on their roaming towards the mid lane. It was ppgod who got off there first. Does have Karsa combining with him here now, but they also be spotted out by the double control wards of LNG. Cleared out pretty quickly.
V5 just going to try and cement this dragon down the bottom side. Potentially sets up for Tarzan to make a play on top. We do see that Rich does have a ward in River. So if Tarzan does walk around, he will be spotted out unless he goes for one of those like more creative, just path all the way around the Baron Pit style ganks to try to punish Rich. Is possible.
Would be. It would be a long trip, a little bit of a scenic route there for sure. But Karsa taking the scenic route in the Dragon Pit, takes the first dragon of the game. And now Rich was going to get aggressed on by Tarzan. Thinks maybe Tarzan doesn't have the confidence to move in, and he'll just start backing. Rich playing with a little bit of fire up there.
Yeah, Rich going to be playing on a knife's edge, but won't be punished. Still going to continue to trade evenly. Does have the triple longsword build, trying to hammer home on some of these early damage stats to be able to come out ahead in trades. So far, though, all lanes close to even. Bot lane being the only standout so far for the side of V5. And in terms of scaling, again, like V5 are going to be able to do what they want in terms of layering down that long-range poke, trying to get on objectives first, zone out the side of LNG. So I feel like having a slower early game is fine, especially as you're waiting on Karsa to hit that level 6 mark.
As we saw down there, so he wasn't spotted out on that ward. It was just good call from Rich. Bot lane, though, the engage does not come through for LvMao. Will still be LNG all the way on the bot side, 4 members strong, just to press up a little bit more. I was going to talk about the level 6 being achieved by Doinb and Rookie, and they are still available, but we aren't seeing that immediate trigger pull on Doinb trying to get to the side lanes, trying to get something going with the first realm warp.
Yeah, I like that you bring up the mid laners again as well, because we saw Rookie never get punished for the fact that he didn't have a flash up. At least no attempts made by the side of LNG to go for that one. And now with ultimates up, like you're saying, Doinb will be the one to look to more proactively influence the map. Rookie should just be locked to catching waves in mid and trying to be the second one to follow up, hoping his team doesn't fall prey to any picks with numbers advantage when Doinb is able to find that opportunity. 4v5, right? You have a very fragile top laner in the Jayce up top side. Could set up for LNG to make that play up there. As Rich was saying, they expect LNG to play around their top side.
Which is also interesting hearing from him and a little bit of the way that the first game played out and some of that volatility we saw on the top side of the map there specifically. But something else I want to highlight, you were talking about Rookie, you were talking about the Orianna a little bit, but it's funny to see the essence of the Hecarim Orianna come out in a different shade of purple this time around in the Skarner. And I want to see how that kind of works on when we get to these team fights later on. Does that shockwave combo with the Skarner actually work to their advantage? Or does Tarzan have what it takes this time around, a difference from game number 1, to make those big plays in the team fights? The Crescent Guards not getting overextended is something I have to keep an eye on for this guy.
LvMao going to walk into Karsa.
Unfortunately, Skarner not doing too much damage at this state of the game. LvMao just gives him the nice little thumbs up in the Glacial Augment.
You know, I want to go back to your saying about like the Orianna and like the take on in terms of like the ball setup, because for Rookie, I am fine with Rookie picking Orianna in any composition. We have seen Rookie gap pretty much everyone on Orianna. You know, I don't just want to make a blanket statement of best Orianna in the world, because there's so much LPL. I don't follow other regions, but definitely the best Orianna in terms of the LPL. What this guy has done throughout the years on Orianna is crazy. Like, I'm sure his solo kill count on this champion, I'm gonna throw a blanket number that I don't know. I'm gonna say it's up to 50, Mazel. It's up to 50.
I like it.
Maybe 100. Maybe, who knows?
We're not gonna do any research on it. We're just gonna go with
Tarzan's
it. Speaking of, Rookie finds Tarzan. They are both level 6, but it's Karsa with the response immediately. And Rookie not even having to burn the flash, just walks away.
No, now though, both teams gonna commit a bit towards the top side. You see Light staying down in that bottom lane to push the wave out. Luckily, Photic Didn't even make it all the way to mid, so is going to be able to walk back down to answer. LvMao.
Rookie doesn't have... Oh, there he goes. He got the flash. Finally, we'll see if LNG can turn around on that one a little bit later on. Rift Herald was in position for Karsa, gets the Scuttle Crab, but it's LNG who move in. And I was going to say, Lyric, it's weird that we're 9.5 minutes in and we haven't gotten a 5v5 over the Rift Herald yet. Well, looks like we're not going to get that one this time around. LNG move in to take that objective, their first neutral objective of the game.
I think it's just been more surprising that LNG haven't been more aggressively trying to find these picks, because 4v5 now, I think it makes sense to not go for this, right? Both of your carries do not have flash up. No flash on Rookie. No flash on Photic.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep, nothing going to happen to Zell, but... So, LNG gonna... Oh, wait,
No!
Rich.
No! Okay, I was about to say, it looked like Rich got that auto attack off. I was a little bit worried.
I know you're excited. We need to bring the level down, brother. We need to bring the level down. Wait for something crazy to actually happen. LNG do get themselves a Rift Herald, though. V5 just trying to answer by taking jungle camps in this bottom half of the map. You'd expect V5 just to back off and no real action really to still come yet, right? Because Photic's flash still isn't up. He will be playing a bit more respectfully. And like we said, for Rookie, he's just going to be left answering waves in mid until they do start hovering around neutrals, having that standoff with LNG. And with him now not having flash as well, I expect them to be pretty reserved for the next few minutes.
Does look like LNG moving into the Dragon Pit here will get their first Dragon of the game. Now it is also, where does Tarzan want to use the Rift Herald? How are they going to get Doinb ahead? Do they focus more on light towards this bottom side, as plates are still up for about 3 more minutes? We'll have to check in to see where LNG want to get that little bit of a gold lead for themselves, at least get some of the tower plates in for one of these carries.
You would expect it to be mid, in my opinion, in this case, just for the fact that both their side lanes have been getting pushed in so heavily, right? They haven't been able to touch either top or bot turret, to where Doinb has had some alone time with this mid lane turret. As you can see, he's already taken 1 plate, so could set up for that one. Still looking out for LNG to set up for a Realm Warp play. Again, we've been guessing that it would potentially be up towards that top side, but still not being able to find the avenue for that one. Is V5's bot lane getting another turret plate down this bottom lane.
And I think going back to what Rich was saying in the little interview, right? Keeping Doinb off these roaming picks is so important. But even if he gets the roaming picks, keeping him from using the roaming tools. We haven't seen a big Realm Warp yet in this game, and it's 12 minutes into the game. So I think that's also crucial, and it's about targeting the right areas. As speaking of targeting, Karsa popping that Predator, try and get Ala, but will not succeed.
Yeah, haven't been hitting a lot on LNG. We still haven't really seen anything from the Skarner pick yet either, or what's going to contribute. Exactly, he's tried, hasn't been able to find anything right. Very telegraphed of what Skarner is looking for. Is LNG now going to set up for the Rift Herald in this bottom lane? It looks like. Maybe even find the dive.
They don't need the Realm Warp if you just walk down here. Light in some trouble, gets a pistol dived onto the Flame Choppers as well. Moonlight Vigil, oh my goodness, he gets devoured under the tower. V5 turn it around. We're getting deja vus. The Shockwave misses from Rookie, but they're chasing him down. Photic is there, Karsa is there. The stuns, everything from V5 at 2-0.
And this is the same thing that bit LNG in their last series. Going for that 4-man bot play against LvMao, it exploded against them. LvMao completely took over that game. And now the same thing happening here up against V5. Ala at least going to be able to answer back some damage onto that top lane turret because of Rich going down towards the bottom lane. But for V5, that one is feeling pretty good when, again, LNG were the aggressors. LNG were the team with the Rift Herald. We're going to go straight into the replay of this one. They're posturing for it, but V5 feel fine because look at the minimap. You see Rookie and Karsa coming down. Nice knockup from ppgod and Photic chaining the Chompers with it so beautifully to make sure he can't go down. ppgod gets to eat. And then having the numbers advantage, especially with Rich following forward, is going to cement that V5 are able to find the second pick. Karsa not even needing to commit to the ultimate to the play.
And they also got 4 plates for Photic down there. Like, this guy has so much gold. He's about 1,000 over Light, but Light himself will respond with their 4th plate in the bottom side. It's just the duel of which ADC can fill their pockets with more gold faster.
Well, Photic right now having a solid lead, being about 700 gold up as we see over Light on the opposite side. Good for Light, though, right? Since he died so early and the play lasted so long, it means he comes back on the map way before the enemy team. So, bam, able to at least secure that 1 more plate for his side as well. bit of a silver lining there. Also already has the Gale Force, and we know that's really when we start to see Aphelios be the aggressor in this matchup. Gale Force forward, look for the Moonlight Vigil, and just try to burst the Jinx out before she's able to get that consistent DPS down.
That's something key to watch out for, but I'm sure that quickly Photic will join the ranks of the mythic item completions, as we do have the majority of them completed on V5 side at least already. It does help to have that early little skirmish go their way on the bottom side, but I want to reiterate on that and the fact that both games, okay, well, I don't get time because LvMao gets the engage on a ppgod. The depth charge actually goes on to Photic on the backside, but look, the Flame Chompers are there, and LvMao has to back away. Now Karsa's here. Mega Death Rocket is going to be goldened out of by LvMao, but he dies anyways to Photic, and Photic gets his other kill now. Still putting in work here now. Oh my god, Rookie with the flash! Tarzan crescent guards and survives. Rookie walks away though, and now Tarzan in a predicament. Can he get Rookie? No, he cannot. Photic gets his second kill of the game. It's all coming up V5. And
and Rich gonna go for the solo kill.
He's going to. He's capitalizing, striking when the iron is hot. V5 will not let up.
Rich coming into the LPL and gapping some of our most hyped top laners. Again, this guy has been so exciting to watch, especially on carries. Things like his Irelia, things like his Akshan have been so fun to watch. Looks like he's going to go for the recall. Doinb not going to be able to find him. And I mean, V5 winning out on both sides of the map. I don't know what's with V5. When V5 faces middle or lower tier teams, it goes to 3 games. Up against other top teams, they 2-0.
We'll see the engage from LvMao there. Best laid plans of mice and men, they always say, but LvMao just losing that tankiness towards the end, and Photic untouched. He has to go golden, which seals his fate in the end.
And I think another thing, right? Like him having the Glacial Aqua instead of like the Aftershock, right? So he's not very tanky. Goes in, you see how much damage Photic is able to get onto him, and then Rookie being able to roam down, hit the ultimate. Tarzan realizing he'll probably go down, tries to just turn on Rookie in that scenario, but we're coming to potential Rift Herald skirmish.
LNG realized they just got to get out. There's 5 members of V5 walking into the Rift Herald pit, but maybe not. Maybe they just want to go for it. Maybe they're in that desperation mode that we saw last time around. Karsa in some trouble here himself, gets devoured by ppgod. LvMao shockwave to death by Rookie, but afterwards the Moonlight Vigil Light is putting in some damage. They can't get the carry here, but here comes Rich. Rookie's still there, as well as ppgod, but Light is doing the damage. A triple kill for the LNG ADC. Alla will clean it up, and LNG turned the car right back around.
An amazing buy Light to flash onto Photic to guarantee that he goes down. V5 do pick up the Rift Herald, but that was a nice injection of life that LNG needed.
They needed that. Absolutely. It was critical in that moment. You could see the desperation there that they needed to take that fight, and they catch out Karsa as a beautiful hook comes across from LvMao.
Yeah, and we see they try to turn it around as, you know, the Skarner ulti comes through even while he is inside the Tahm Kench. They're not able to put the damage on right there. Light flashing forward to make sure he can guarantee burst out the Jinx. Means that for the side of V5, they really don't have consistent DPS coming through. Rich pretty much committed to melee range on the members of LNG, where they feel much more suited to look for these skirmishes. V5 still have a 2K gold lead and are leading in Dragons, but again, things were looking very dire for LNG before that fight.
They were. As I kind of mentioned already, like they needed to have that Rift Herald utilized on the top side by Karsa. A little bit of a delayed Rift Herald use up there at the top. They'll see that one sooner or later rather than sooner. Photic takes the topside tower himself as the gold for the ADC keep getting dropped into the pocket. They're continuing to push up here. They will go for a tier 2 with that Rift Herald charge.
Yeah, they'll at least get this wave down. For LNG, I wonder if they're going to look to find a pick in mid, as both Alla and Doinb are hovering around there instead of trying to answer this play on top. And Rookie's roaming over as well.
Haven't seen a huge impale just yet from Karsa, but it is still coming. He's over the wall. Photic is devoured up there. Karsa with the impale flash. Light! That is the problem when you just get impaled to death. Shockwave across isn't enough. Doinb is the AoE here, but Tarzan with the Crescent Guard is buying so much time. And now here comes Alla. He has the needlework. Can he do the work here, though? Photic gets blasted down by Doinb, and LNG are resurging into this game and into this series.
I mean, the Crescent Guard is just so good against V5's composition because who wants to get in range to deal with Tarzan on the side of V5? There's really no one. No one able to go and do that. I do want to say, though, it is awesome. We were coming into this saying, we wonder how Skarner will function in this comp. Good to see Skarner functions in this comp like how he functions in every comp. Your only job is to look for the flash ultimate onto the enemy carry. Karsa does do it here beautifully, and they're able to just guarantee to blow up light. Then they get a bit ahead of themselves. They try to run forward. Tarzan, though, going instantly onto Photic. And again, no real good damage able to come off onto him. They are in the Crescent Guard, but still. Then once Alla joins the fight, Doinb flashes forward. They're able to pick up some more kills for themselves.
So hard in those fights for V5. That Crescent Guard deflecting so much damage, it seemed like. V5 still looking for it, though. As LvMao uses the dredge line to get away from it. We have a dragon in about a minute. Still a long while for the setup for this one, but V5 are making sure they are set up.
Yeah, V5 getting some vision control down towards this bottom side. You'd expect Rich to come out onto the map. LNG do have control of side wave so far, though. Alla did just push out top, and they do have bot wave pushed in, so nice by LNG to do their due diligence before the objective comes up, but V5 squarely have control over mid lane.
We see Karsa being the aggressive front for V5 here, taking the red buff. It is LNG who back away for the moment, realizing that it could be a spicy situation in there. V5 still positioning towards the bottom side, towards this dragon pit. And LNG want priority over mid lane. The engage onto ppgod. LvMao already almost dead, but Alla over the side. ppgod devours out Photic. There's the shockwave on the end, but Photic is still the target. Megadeth rocket in. Doinb on the side, but Photic gets Tarzan. And now he's got lethal tempo. Now he's got the rage. Doinb, do you have the health bar to survive? The accelerated shock blast does help finish him off, and LvMao barely gets out alive. V5 somehow turn it around again.
Yeah, V5, I mean, that was just so clutch coming out from Photic being able to get away. PP got great on him to save him because LNG were able to find the engage, and we saw that's what LNG were struggling with last time when they didn't have an engage option on their team to have a way to start fights. It was looking good for them, then instantly Tarzan just gets blown up, leading to soul point for the side of V5, 21 minutes.
And that is huge. We saw last game, it was kind of the nail in the coffin, that Mountain Soul, but here it will be also crucial. We see the fight, though, afterwards. Light and Photic just try to space themselves out of this one.
Yeah, and crucially, it looks like what did a large amount of that damage onto the Xin Zhao was Rookie's ultimate, just pulling a few members back. We see the flash coming out from Rookie then to buy some space to heal from Photic. Then he's just able to keep running forward as he gets excited. With a nice sidestep of the accelerated shot glass, but doesn't mean anything to a Jinx's autos. Luckily for LvMao, he does not go down in the end as well.
That was a blue smite kill from Karsa, by the way, just saying. I don't know. I always find those so interesting. We just press the smite button, walk away with the kill. Not too bad. V5 back in the mid lane, though, trying their darndest to get this mid tower, but the siege clear is too good for LNG.
Yeah, I mean, this time around, right, V5 have a much better comp at setting up these sieges when they're ahead. I mean, just, again, so much range on their side. For LNG, the only way to really go is find a fight.
They are going. LvMao goes in, but maybe needs to back away now as ppgod taking up the front. Alla on the flank. He wants to go in. They have Light with the Calibrum. He has the range, but the mist already popped by Alla. Means they have to back away. But no! He just gets impaled. Tarzan tries the Crescent Guard, but it's too late. Photic gets the kill, and if Photic is on fire yet again, you wonder why the Skarner pick is here. Well, Karsa is showing dominance.
Yeah, I love it. He's transitioned from, like, the flash ults to find picks to, like, the peeling Skarner ults. Saves it for when someone jumps in and just pulls them even further into the fight.
They want to fight. They want to fight. Rich has to back away. Doinb and Alla on the backside of the Baron pit, but he's taking a 2v1. He flashes to his teammates to die in the pit. Is it going to go over? No, it's smited by Karsa. It's taken by Karsa, rather. They're in the pit still fighting. Doinb still alive. Rookie has gotten one kill, and V5 are cleaning house. Tarzan, the only one. He's still in base, and V5 are smashing LNG.
And it started off so questionable. I was so surprised. Rich was trying to zone out two members that he saw as this very squishy Jayce but it still works out in the end. All of LNG fight over to the pit, where Rookie and Photic are able to pop off, and not only do they get the Baron, but get to pick up 2 turrets as well.
Photic is so far ahead of everybody in this game. It feels like 7-2-7, high farm, plates out the wazoo, and this team fight as well.
Yeah, and like I said, kind of like the peeling Skarner ultimates come in. You wait for someone to engage, and then you pull them further to their doom. They get this pick, they're just like, hey, let's go into Baron. I mean, Rich trying the zone makes a bit of sense. I don't know why he commits to the all-in. Again, he saw both Ala and Doinb walking forward. Is, of course, just going to get blown up, but still V5 able to secure the Baron as Rookie was zoning out LvMao and Light on the opposite side. Karsa able to get the flash away, and then Rookie just doing so much zoning off these 2 bot laners. Light flashing in to find a kill.
Nobody's
but it
touching
just opens
Photic.
up 4 more kills for Photic.
Nobody is touching him. He's literally untouched in that fight, just popping away the rockets. And we've said in that first game, like, it turned out to be Light and Photic, the main carries. Well, Photic is making a dang good impression on the second game as well. He already pulled away 1 MVP. He already pulled away 1 pentakill.
I also got to say, right, I really just can't give Rookie enough credit for that play because Rookie was pretty much solely zoning off their bot lane.
Yeah.
We saw by the time that LvMao walked up, he was like 10% HP. There was no way he would be able to do anything.
Man, it's just so crazy to me. We were coming into this and we were so hyped. We had the 2 deadliest jungle mid combos that we could possibly want in the LPL. Tarzan Doinb versus Karsa and Rookie. But the Law and Karsa and Rookie have made them look like chumps in this series so far. And it doesn't even seem to be close, as every game it has been domination from Karsa and Rookie.
Yeah, and again, like you said, these were the 2 best mid-jungle 2v2s as Realm Warp
This is
comes
desperation
out. They actually
again.
followed through.
The Crescent Guard there. Tarzan already half health. Moonlight Vigil connects, but it's not enough AoE here. Karsa is still alive in the middle of everybody. Photic on the side with the lethal tempo proc. That's a double kill. Will they try to give him a penta again? No way. Rookie wants to step forward, but it is the tower thereafter, and it is the base of LNG they want to crumble.
I think you hit the nail on the head, right? That was a desperation play. They know they're losing. Enemy has range. Enemy has Baron. They'll be able to siege down. They're looking for anything they could find, but they're just giving V5 more kills.
This is it. V5 have strangleholded LNG. They take down the 1 Nexus tower, and it's all done. It's all she wrote. This match of the week ended up being one-sided as V5 continue to slay the competition in the LPL. They'll take their time, they'll take their accolades, but they will finish this series if a couple more auto attacks go through and V5 destroy LNG on the night.
Standout performances across the board. Skarner, coming from Karsa, who was feeling a little bit cheeky with that one. We saw great performances coming out from Photic and ppgod. ppgod really clutch with those ultimates. I mean, Rich got a solo kill once again. 2 games in a row. But again, the standout for me this game